Guess who's back? It's me. How are you doing today, Stanley? A man of few words, exactly how I like them. Excuse me, sir. What are you wearing to SuiteWorld today?
This is plaid 1.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, I got plaid 2 tomorrow.
Your beard grows beyond any expectation I've ever set. I gotta put that stuff back. I never got breakfast, you guys. That's really nice.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, a ham sandwich walks into a bar and sits down and the bartender says, sorry, we don't serve food here. No love from the audience? That girl is hilarious. Did you see, everybody? Big money. Do you think that's the universe trying to tell me something? Donut. Screw diets.
You're gonna have to buy those.
Is this a horse or a cow? It's a boy. You have anosmia?
Anosmia is the way I've always heard of it. Yes, I do.
You really can't smell?
I have no sense of smell.
So you didn't know that I've been farting this whole time? You couldn't smell that?
No clue. I mean, little puffs of air.
We haven't been to that side. Are you trying to steal my boyfriend? I love hint water. Shut. You have great hair. Come on. What you guys got over here? Where are you going? Oh, wow! So what's happening here at SuiteWorld? Can you name one Vegas show?
No.
Chicago with Christy Brinkley, apparently.
Cirque du Soleil.
One. Okay, great. Since we're in Vegas, can you shoot the camera your best poker face?
Can you smell what NetSuite is cooking?
Do you twerk, Stanley? You have a great mustache.
All right.
Can you please give me one move from Thunder Down Under? It can be PG.
Oh God.
You guys, it's SuiteWorld. SuiteWorld 19, my favorite event of the year. I just can't handle it anymore. I just gotta go. None of this is funny. Hi, I'm Kendall Fisher. You might have thought I was Steve Jobs, but I'm not. Here, I have a nanotainer. Just kidding. That doesn't exist. You know what does exist? NetSuite. That's the entrepreneurial spirit I want to follow. Please welcome SVP Global Field Operations, Jason Maynard.
Kendall on the curb, everybody. It would not be SuiteWorld without a little Kendall on the curb. All right, welcome everybody. This is Wednesday, day 3 of SuiteWorld 19. We're here in Las Vegas. I hope you guys are having a great show so far. Now on day 1, or day 2 actually, we heard all about Evan's vision, amazing stories about where we're taking the company. We heard about Gary's products, some great demos. You guys have got to go check out all the technology. And we had Mark Hurd here from Oracle, showing the support from Oracle in terms of helping NetSuite grow. Now, as you know, our mission, our true north, is to help you grow. You put your trust in us, and we're building products and technologies and services to enable you to grow. But we're also making big investments beyond just the core product. So today I'm going to share with you how we're investing even more to support your mission, your strategy, and of course your execution. Now, first, legal said we didn't have to put the safe harbor statement in, but I know you kids love it so much, I thought I'd bring it back. And I know there's this rumor going around, but I will confirm it's 100% true. We are going to print these on t-shirts. We're going to get the gun up here. Next year, we will shoot them all out for you. So, safe harbor statement. If you want a t-shirt, let us know. We'll get it for you. Maybe even in the Suite store. I don't know. No telling where we'll go with the safe harbor statement. All right. I have to first say thank you to our partners. We can't serve our customers without their help. We can't do this event without them. So, big thank you to all of our partners. We appreciate all of you. I want to call out 3 in particular. Avalara. Is Avalara here? Where are you guys at? You know what? Yesterday, there was like 3 times as many. Did you guys hear about the Avalara party last night? We lost a few, I'm not gonna lie. I saw some of them when I was walking in this morning at 6. Evidently, they were up early. Good times. You gotta get an invite to the Avalara party, that's what I hear. Next up, Del Boomy Diamond, right? Jim McGeever's rapper name, if you guys recall, Del Boomy Diamond. Now they said, if I say Del Boomy Diamond, they would yell louder than the 3 people left from Avalara. So Del Boomy Diamond. All right, oh, sounds like they were at the Avalara party. All right, who's left? Deloitte Digital. Do we have Deloitte Digital here? The grown-ups in the room. All right, Deloitte Digital, we appreciate you guys. You know, you're Deloitte, you're a little more conservative than those guys. We appreciate that. You help our customers grow. It's good times. All right. Yesterday, Evan talked about our collaboration with the American Cancer Society. We laid forth a challenge, make a personal pledge to help create a world free from cancer. Now we're at 900 out of 2,000. I think that's pretty good for the first day, right? We're almost halfway there. We need 1,100 more to hit our goal for a $10,000 donation from NetSuite. So when I'm done with this keynote, I'm heading over to the Customer Collaboration Expo floor area, and I'm going to make my pledge. Maybe a little sunscreen on my head. The Glow Fest was not named after my bald head. I promise you that's not what it's all about. But let's go make that pledge. Now, if you've been to the expo floor, you obviously will see a lot of our partners and sponsors, but there's something extra. You've got to go check out the customer collaborations. We do this to tell our customer story. It brings this story to life. So, have you been to the Elope photo booth by the Suite store? You can get like a photo, like a fancy pink boa maybe, all sorts of stuff there. It's a costume company. Go check it out. They help you do all cool stuff. The Hint Water Lounge. I drink Hint water, and so should you. This is pineapple. Peach is also lovely if you haven't tried that. Go to the Hint Water Lounge. Check it out. Oxford Road Media Center. Oxford Road is one of our favorite customers in the ad agency space. They're our media partner. All the TV ads and radio ads you hear from NetSuite, they come from Oxford. Great company if you need to grow your marketing. Improv tune-ups at the Grow and Tell Theater. Kendall might need a little bit more work on her jokes. You too can help tell better stories with your business at the Grow and Tell Theater. AR/VR educational experience with Z-Space. And my favorite, and I know it's yours, there's like a line around the building for the Dog is Good Park. Who doesn't love the puppies? Those are the best. Have you guys been to the Play with the Puppies? All right. I hear you can take some home, too. That's the rumor. You could adopt a couple puppies. So I was there yesterday, and I got to share my puppy photos. So it wouldn't be a keynote without showing you my photos. Okay, so here's my two dogs. You basically take a picture, upload it, and they create this super cool avatar. So that's Omar, the Rhodesian Ridgeback. Let me tell you a little bit about Omar. Omar's 3 years old. He's about 3'5". He weighs about 120 pounds, and he's decided he sleeps on our bed. So he's my lap dog. Next to him is Ruby. We had her first. She's an 8-year-old English bulldog, Ruby Soho, and she hates Omar. So that's my family. I'm a really bad dog parent because I got him. Anyway, enough about my dogs. What are you guys here to listen to? I want to talk to you again about how we're investing in your mission, strategy, and execution. We know when those things don't align, businesses struggle. Now, we learn from you. We're listening to you. We love your feedback when you share it with us. You share it with us via NetSuite. We look at Net Promoter Score. These are important feedback mechanisms so we can help get better. Now, we're going to make strides in all of these areas, but I want to first talk about mission. So, Evan talked about NetSuite mission. Our true north was to help entrepreneurs succeed. That's why the company was started, right? Mission has great power. It creates a sense of purpose. It clarifies. It aligns your people. Now, one of my favorite quotes is, the main thing is to keep the main thing, right? How do you stay focused in pursuing that true north? There's another quote I love. You might recognize this fella. This is from Billy Morrison. He's seen him at SuiteWorld before, guitarist for Billy Idol, the Royal Machines. He says, when you're trying to sell units, looking at markets and ticket sales, sometimes the music gets lost. You see, you probably didn't start your business out of a love for inventory management, I'm guessing. Maybe project utilization rates wasn't your jam. Reducing your DSOs, important, but maybe not what drove you. Or maybe global tax, right? Global tax wasn't your thing. Except for Craig Sullivan. Is Craig here? Craig Sullivan, Mr. Global Tax. Woo! Now, you told us yesterday that every 6 feet apart, there's an accountant. Is that true? Can we get a round of applause for the accountants? We gave love to the admins. Let's cheer for the accountants, okay? Now, I have to say to all of our accounting friends, I apologize, but I'm really proud of you for closing your March quarter books from the casino floor this week. When I came down again at 6 a.m., I saw a lot of you working hard there. So really, really diligent crew here. But look, and seriously, These are the nuts and bolts of running a business. They can overwhelm you, and the music can get lost. So don't lose your mission. Keep your focus and keep making your music. So, what are we doing about supporting your mission? Well, last year, we created this little thing called GrowWire. I know we're a software company, but we decided to create a media platform. We hired an amazing team of journalists to help tell your incredible stories. So we made a place for you to learn what others are doing. GrowWire is such a place to learn, get inspired, and basically share your growth journey. In the last year, we've published over 100 articles, 24 podcast episodes, and an entire season of entrepreneurial-focused TV shows. There's tens of thousands of followers. We're going to get this sucker to millions and millions around the world, so we're really happy all the support we've received from you on GrowWire. But I want to bring up the pair who helped launch GrowWire and hear a little bit more about what's going on. And with that, I'd like to bring up Kendall Fisher, producer and host of GrowWire, and Susie Strutner, the managing editor of GrowWire. Kendall and Susie, come on up. All right. Good to see you, Kendall. Hi, Susie.
Hi.
You look a lot like that Theron, no?
Yeah, I get that a lot.
You get that a-
No, not her. No,
not like her.
my voice is
Your
normal.
voice is better?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Now, Jason, as you talked about at the beginning of this presentation, we've loved hearing all of your stories. We've learned about your mission, your strategies, your goals, and ultimately how you've grown it.
Yeah. In the last year, we've interviewed experts in business, entertainment, sports, from Magic Johnson to the founder of Hint Water, Kara Golden, to a legendary Silicon Valley VC named Debbie Farrington.
Debbie Farrington,
Yes.
one of the pioneers with NetSuite. All right.
All such great interviews, and everyone we've interviewed has had a different mission, and therefore different ways of building strategies and execution around them. We've loved hearing all your stories and all of the various paths to success.
Exactly. What we want to do with GrowWire is deliver tips and tools to help you grow, but delivered through real stories. We want to hear about your real struggles, your real challenges, and your real triumphs. To that end, one of my favorite stories to edit this year on GrowWire was about Barry's Boot Camp, a fitness studio that many of us know, whose goal and mission is to help you get fit while tailoring the workout experience for all the communities that they've expanded to globally. And they are not the only company we've written about this year on GrowWire. You can find over 100 articles just like this on growwire.com.
We also have a podcast series, the GrowWire Podcast, where we've already interviewed 24 people across Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, and YouTube. We've interviewed business leaders, entrepreneurs, athletes, producers, so many different people. One of my favorites happens to be with Jennifer Cavalquinto. She is the CFO of the Golden State Warriors, where their mission is TEAM, which stands for Trust, Empathy, Accountability, and Modesty.
This is a great episode, too, if you want to nerd out on all sorts of basketball and the business of basketball behind the scenes.
All of it,
Good stuff on that one.
I think we're forgetting one little thing.
Oh, yes, indeed. Now, some of you may remember, a year ago at SuiteWorld, we premiered the very first episode of the GrowWire show. Now, fast forward to today, we have 13 episodes with all different types of companies. We've interviewed the Second City, Alex's Lemonade Stand, and our most recent episode of this is with someone you guys may recognize. She's from reality shows like Laguna Beach, The Hills. She's hosted red carpet award shows with E! News. It's the one and only Kristen Cavallari. Now, she founded her jewelry company on the sole mission of creating timeless, sophisticated jewelry for women on the go. Now, I could stand up here and tell you all about it, but I'm going to take some advice from the Second City, and I'm going to show, not tell. You guys are going to get the very first look at this episode of the GrowWire show featuring Kristen Cavallari and Uncommon James. Roll it.
Everything that I've done my whole life, whether it was hosting or acting or Chinese laundry or whatever, it's more of a collaboration. And I really wanted complete creative freedom to do whatever I wanted. I've always been into the dainty, simple jewelry. I just literally decided I want to start my own jewelry line. And then I launched Uncommon James within like 4 months. Jay and I were actually packaging orders that night and the next day, like all day, just doing it.
You were doing it yourself with Jay. Kristen also opened a flagship store in Nashville, Tennessee, coinciding with the premiere of her e-reality series, Very Cavallari, and catapulting Uncommon James to a whole new level.
Essentially, we were sold out of everything the entire time the show was on TV, and we had to just hire people. Like, we needed bodies in here. Being taken advantage of and being used and stuff like that, like, it's pretty brutal. It really weighs heavily on me. You have to have people that know what they're doing and that are bringing something to the table.
Yeah.
I need to get my company to a really great place to get Uncommon James to a higher level.
Yeah.
All right, Kristen Cavallari and Common James.
Yes.
Their business is on fire. Thank you.
you.
It's a
Thank
great
you.
story. She's an amazing entrepreneur.
Indeed.
You've interviewed a lot of entrepreneurs as part of the GrowWire machine.
Yes.
What was her mission? What's her story?
Her mission is so simple. It's creating timeless, sophisticated jewelry for women on the go. In fact, I'm showcasing a few of her pieces right here.
Is that the rose gold?
No, this is gold, Jason.
Oh.
Rose
The
gold
rose-
is a little more of a pink hue.
Oh, the rose gold is lovely, though.
Very
I got some
lovely.
for my wife.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Love that.
Okay, guys, I have to play GrowWire editor. What can we all learn from Kristen's company story as an entrepreneur?
Yeah, honestly, what was so amazing about her is how involved she is in her company. Nothing happens at Uncommon James without her approval first. More than that, she's super knowledgeable. She knows when to tweak price points, and she actually even knows about NetSuite, which is really cool. And she also knows her customer, because she is her customer. All of the different pieces really reflect her true style and therefore are so authentic to her.
That's amazing.
Well, I'm excited to watch the full episode. I just posted it on growwire.com this morning, so go check it out.
And you guys can also catch it on our social media accounts. Follow at GrowWire, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
And on a final note, we do want to hear all of your stories. So please stop by and say hi to me at the GrowWire booth, right next to the big media center. I'll have some swag. I would love to meet you, and maybe you could be featured on GrowWire.
Yes.
All right, that is so great. Kendall and Susie, thank you so much. Thanks for your hard work.
Thank
we
you
appreciate
so much.
it. It's
Thank
great
you.
telling stories. Everybody, Kendall and Susie. All right, GrowWire. Nobody thought at NetSuite we were going to launch a whole media platform, but we did. It's a great place to really go and learn about what others are doing. Learn about everybody's mission. Great work there. Now, mission is critical, but the next part is your strategy, right? Strategy is the plan of action designed to achieve your goal. Now, one of the things that you told us, and we heard loud and clear, is that we needed to invest more to support your strategic planning. For your strategy to succeed, you need to properly allocate your resources. You need to put your strategy into action. Now, this is an area that hits home for me, modeling. So, no, not like Zoolander modeling. I did do the people's eyebrow in the video. I don't know if you caught that, but not that modeling. I spent 15 years on Wall Street as a financial analyst. I did over 1,100 earnings calls, built models every day for 15 years, right? Modeling is so core to what everybody needs to do to understand how your business is growing. You've got to build your what-if scenarios. You've got to put the plan to test, understand real-world conditions, recognize your opportunities, your risks, and your threats. But it's not enough. You have to measure your performance against your model, identify the variables, understand your drivers. Look, we all know things won't go as planned. Sometimes better, sometimes worse. You have to adapt and change and replan in real time. Modeling and measurement go hand in hand. It's like a great couple, right? It's like Kanye and Kim. It's like peanut butter and chocolate. It's like Shaq and Kobe. All right, maybe that one wasn't, that was good for a while. We'll talk about that later, all right? It's like the Chaos Club and SuiteWorld tonight, right? Great couples that go together, modeling and measurement. So, that's all well and good, but there's actually a problem right now. The problem is planning most often ends up in a black hole. And let me walk you through the planning problem. You see, most planning solutions are generic, right? They're not tailored for your industry. You have to build all the knowledge, all the models from scratch every time and for every department. This means you're either in a giant spreadsheet that you can't get out of and you're trapped, or you got to go hire armies of expensive consultants to do it for you, right? These are not good choices. There's also a disconnect between your planning and budgeting and your actual business operations. If you can't measure against your plan, then what is the point of planning? Your plan is obsolete the moment you hit save. The world is more connected than ever, so why isn't your business connected? You see, the third thing, most of the other solutions are one size fits all. Solutions today are either too small to scale, like a spreadsheet, or they're too large and expensive to be consumed by growing businesses. So most organizations find themselves compromising on value or price, and that's the dilemma. So yesterday, we announced Suite Success Planning and Budgeting. You saw a great demo by Craig and Gary's keynote. And so when we set out with planning and budgeting, we knew we had to design a solution that couldn't be just, say, 10% better than what everybody else is doing. That wasn't going to cut it. We knew we had to do something different, and that's what we tried to do when we set out to solve this problem. So we did something where we fundamentally built from the ground up a way to remove the impediments to planning by three things: an industry approach, a unified solution with NetSuite, and one that is tailored to your size and your ability to scale. So let me walk you through those. First, our approach focuses on unique industry metrics that need to be modeled and measured. We have 7 industry-specific models and leading practices that are mapped to all of the Suite Success editions. So as your business grows, we provide you a stairway to more sophisticated industry models. We expect to be launching these editions in June of 2019, so definitely go check them out. Some great innovation that links the two. Now, I said a unified solution, right? How do you ensure visibility and control into planning and execution? Our goal wasn't basic integration, but actually link strategic and operational processes. On the right, you can see your actual sales in NetSuite that reflect the current state of your business. On the left, you can see the forecasted sales by customer segment and also the actual sales compared against the model projection. It sort of brings tears to my eyes, right? We're linking these two. This is the only way you get true business agility. Manage risk, capture your opportunities. You have to adapt, change, and evolve, and make sure this all happens in real time, not after the fact. So, the last piece is we had to tailor this solution for you to scale as your company grows. So emerging companies, we want you to break your spreadsheet addiction. Put the spreadsheets down. You got to get out of those, right? And as you grow, we have a way for you to adopt more sophisticated capabilities that are tied to your industries. Now, we also knew we needed a solution for our larger customers that are either in the process of going public or already in the public market, right? More companies go public using NetSuite than anyone else in the technology sector, right? We're the platform of choice, so we have to find a way to make sure that everyone is accountable to all of your stakeholders, your shareholders, regulators, and your board of directors. So this is going to require you to maintain an environment of operational consistency, controls, and auditability. So coming in the near future, we're going to incorporate account reconciliation, transaction matching, financial close and consolidation, and give you a complete business performance management solution. So we're really excited about this work. We know it's critical. You've been asking for it, and we're happy to have it for you. So, it wouldn't be SuiteWorld. Oh my God. You thought we got rid of this last year. No. If we're going to launch something, we got to do it real. Now, before this gets me, I want to say a couple things. We're going to include the activation fee for Suite Success Starter Edition and the license before I fall off the stage. For those of you that are using another solution, we'll also offer this for you. You got to be careful of that guy. But wait, there's more. There's more. If you're an adaptive planning customer, we have a special offer. You get the first year free when you move to Suite Success Planning and Budgeting. All right, go to the expo, look at the demo, go do it. It's a great technology. That's why we call it Crazy Dealing Days here at NetSuite. Jeez. All right. They didn't tell me about this in rehearsals, okay? In rehearsals, actually, last night, some people wondered why I didn't go visit some other folks. I actually fell off the stage when the smoke monster chased me, so my knee's fine. I'm going to be okay. Whew, all right. You guys okay? I'm doing good up here now. You got a little on me? All right. Yeah. This was supposed to be safe. Is it dandruff? These are not scripted, guys. Don't break the fourth wall. All right. So I want to bring up someone who's lived this. He's an amazing customer of ours, Kyoki Andrus, the VP of Product at LogMeIn. Kyoki, come on up. How you doing? Next time, we're going to make you up here with me. How do I look? Am I okay? Can you just take the rest of it? I gotta
Sure.
Yeah, sure. You
I'll do
okay?
it.
All right. Look, I think most of the audience probably knows LogMeIn. They're familiar. They probably use your products. For those who don't, tell us a little bit about your mission and talk about how the company's grown over the last few years.
Yeah. I want to tell you a little bit about the history of communication because we are really into communication. Over the last 10,000 years, communication technology has been about two things. First, solving the problem of when people aren't in the same spot, hence letters, clay tablets. And the second is when people aren't in the same time. And everything kind of moved all the way until Alexander Graham Bell said, hey, come on in here, Watson. And when we solved that, we kicked off another 100 years of communication evolution. And in the last 10 years, we've taken every innovation of the last 100 years and put it on the cloud. And what we're doing now is we are moving away from just solving the problems of time and space and solving the problem of communication and unleashing the power of the modern workforce.
Now, your business has been through a lot of organic growth, right? You've really followed this mission, and your strategy is obviously grow organically, but you've also had this element to your strategy of acquisitions. How has that played into managing the business and some of the challenges that you've seen?
When you go to buy a company or acquire, you do it for usually this basic reason. They're doing something awesome, and you think that they're awesome or their chocolate and your peanut butter is going to make more awesome.
Tastes better.
Yummy. And the thing is that
it's never that easy.
it isn't, because the source of awesome comes out of three things usually: the product, the people, and execution. And they may have awesome product, people, and execution, and you have awesome product, people, and execution, but they don't match like this, they're like this. And if you don't match them up or create a new product, people, and execution, what you get is kind of a lot of ooh. And so what we've been successful with is taking the great things about our acquisitions, product, people, and execution, mixing it with ours, and then coming up with a new us. And that's where the trick is.
Well, and you decided that that wasn't hard enough. You wanted to take it to another level, right? And expand globally and follow some new business models and partnerships. Talk about how you've made it even harder.
Yeah, because not only do you have like this you have to do, but you have all kinds of international ooh, which is like compliance, laws, cultures, etc. But we've busted in there, and the way we do it is by going in, understanding the culture and the compliance and the regulatory environment that we're working in. You guys all know this, right? Many of you probably live this. And then we partner heavily with those in country who really understand it. And we use channels not just in country, but across the world.
Now, you're using NetSuite planning and budgeting. What was the catalyst for moving to NetSuite planning and budgeting?
Well, we didn't like sucking, and
somebody quote that.
So it kind of goes like this. Everybody knows, Sherlock Holmes, right? When you remove everything that is untrue, all that is left is the truth. And that sounds so powerful. And we have this unspoken corollary in business, which is when you remove all risk, everything that is left will be success. And it's bull. The fact is that when the probability of failure goes to zero, so does the probability of success. You have to have some risk, but the great place to have risk is where you're making decisions, where you're executing great business judgment, not collecting the good data and doing good planning. And our planning system was taking 4 days for us to be able to iterate. We come up with ideas, we change the rules, it would take 4 days. Well, and so what do? You end up making decisions with more risk than you need to have. Yeah. When we implemented PBCS, we took our planning cycle, or how long it took, from 4 days to 30 minutes, so that then we could just sit there and go, okay, what if what do we do? And so now we're able to focus on executing with good judgment instead of taking guesses about data.
No, I love that. Where do you guys go next? What's sort of the future LogMeIn? And from a planning standpoint, how do you manage that risk it's inevitable, right? You're going to have it whatever you do.
Well, we are a global company, and so planning across the globe, what a mess, right? Yeah. And we are planning on taking communications beyond kind of just this world right now where you all live in it. You have a bunch of channels that you operate in, and every day you have a list. I don't know where you keep your list or how you generate your list, but you're like, I have all of this stuff I'm supposed to get done. And so what you do is you think, I had something with Jason I had to do, and I know he communicated with me somehow, and you flip from channel to channel trying to find that information. And then when you finally find it, you're like, oh. Well, what we're doing is we're blending that all into a single seamless experience so that you're not focused on finding the information or the communication. You're just living in the communication. And then, of course, we're adding to that a little bit of AI. Well, planning on how do you source that, how do you do that globally, that's where planning is going to be our big deal, and that's why we love being your partner.
Man, we appreciate it so much. Thanks for sharing your story. Appreciate you coming up here. We'll get you some in the confetti next time. All right, everybody, give him a hand. There he is. Woo! Woo! I love that. LogMeIn, strategy to execution, 4 hours to 30 minutes. That's how you do it. Great work by the team. Awesome. All right, so we talked about strategy. This execution part, this is hard, right? This is what you guys do every day. Execution is part of the business where NetSuite really gets involved, right? You heard a lot from Evan and Gary in terms of all the innovations we're bringing to bear, all the new product capabilities. This is the nuts and bolts of running your business. It's obviously our mission to help you with that. But along the way, we realized that every journey is different. We had to tailor what we were doing for your personal journey, your company's journey, right? Evan said yesterday, there was this slide that said every journey has twists and turns, right? It was a great visual because we all have been through that. That's what it looks like. There are as many ways to execute as there are businesses in the world. So since we see our job, our mission is helping you execute on your vision, we don't pretend that there's one path for everyone. And that led us years ago to create Suite Success, right? Suite Success is something that many of you are using in one shape or form. It took 20 years of our experience with customers across all of these industries, packaged leading practices, pre-configured workflows, dashboards, reports based on your role. We engineered services hours out of delivery, and this gave customers like yourselves all the value in the product on day one, not day 100. We continuously optimize this process, and we're really excited about seeing how it's played out. Now, the way we measure this, and again, you've heard me talk about NPS. This is the important metric. This is what drives us, right? We want to delight you. It's a favorite word inside of NetSuite. How do we delight our customers? How do we improve NPS across all metrics? So we are continually working and striving to make sure that we earn your business, we earn your trust, and generate customer love. So thank you for that. Now, you've heard about the stairway to success, right? This is the stairway where you start with what you need and you gradually evolve over time, right? It's our blueprint to help you grow, right? You're seeing what you need on your journey from a product module standpoint. But based on the feedback that we hear from you, you're asking how can we support your ability to grow even more? How can we scale anymore? So we decided we'd turn that stairway actually into an escalator. We want to get you moving up there faster, right? You want to go quick, we've got to adapt. So we've got a couple things to help you turn that into an escalator. First, it's advanced customer support. I like to describe this as getting access to the NetSuite Genius Bar, right? ACS, the acronym, is continuous support from a dedicated team for you. It unlocks value quicker, right? These folks have knowledge of your industry, right? They will be able to zero in on your specific problems with buckets of time that can help you customize. You can implement a new module like Suite People. You could implement maybe something like planning and budgeting. It's a managed service. It's the Genius Bar at NetSuite. So take advantage of it. If you haven't tapped into this, it's a really great offering. Great work from David Rodman's team. Amazing stuff in there that really is all aligned to helping generate your success. But wait, that's not enough. We know that as you grow, there's always more you have to learn, right? There's not time always in the business day, though, to get everything you need. So Learning Cloud Support is on-demand training 24/7. It's hands-on. You can learn at your own pace. It's catered to your specific industry or module. And we revise this with every NetSuite update. So you can take courses for things you're using, or even take courses on modules you're not using yet to get ahead of the curve. It works with any size business, and it's a simple way for you to stay up to date and current and ahead of the curve as you grow. So check it out, Learning Cloud Support. You can go at the expo floor, at the booth, and see some of the great services that we have that are, again, investing back in your growth. So I was just talking about how every journey is different. So I thought what we'd do is bring up a customer and our partner to tell you a little bit about what they did with Suite Success. So with that, I'm really excited to bring up Brian McLean, the CFO of Loud Audio, and Mandy Dhaliwal, she's the CMO of Del Boomi. Brian and Mandy, come on up. All right, welcome. How you doing?
Hi, great, thank you.
Thanks for coming, Brian. Appreciate it. How you doing today?
Good, great.
All right. So Loud Audio. First, why don't you tell everybody what Loud Audio is?
So Loud Audio is a music gear company. We produce speakers, mixers, both digital, analog. We have some headsets and some other products that help from a tool set perspective. So we attack the market in the global area in the music industry.
So it's like a lot of the stuff we're wearing, the stuff backstage?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, one of the guys said they have Mackie gear in the back, so I was very excited to hear that.
All right. Well, we're using your stuff here today, so that's super cool.
Absolutely.
I love that.
Yeah, it's great.
All right. So tell us a little bit about your journey and your evolution, because you guys have been through quite a bit of change as a business.
Yeah, we have. So Loud Audio was a company that owned 4 very specific brands. Those 4 brands were very diverse, and they were very different. So in October of 2017, we were acquired by a private equity group, and one of their focuses was to sell off 3 of the non-synergistic brands and focus on just Mackie.
Yeah.
And so we wanted to be 100% dedicated to the Mackie brand. And so that's what we've done.
So going through the private equity process can be kind of different maybe for folks who've been running either a family-owned business or even a venture-backed business. What does it mean when you get acquired or invested in by a private equity firm on you actually from an operations standpoint?
Well, what it means a lot of times is there's some additional capital that you may not have had to invest in infrastructure. And in our case, we've invested significantly in our infrastructure. It also, they bring a lot of different resources to bear consulting-wise and so on, and give you the ability to really go in and say what works, what doesn't work, and let's focus on what works.
Yeah. And as part of that, you went through pretty significant replatforming, and that's how we found each other, if you will.
Exactly.
Maybe talk about what drove that. What was the business catalyst to make the move?
So probably the biggest business catalyst for Loud was infrastructure that was probably 15 or 16 years old. Our entire IT network is outdated, end of life, and so we needed to improve that. We also were on Oracle EBS, again, another end-of-life product in May of this year. So we were forced to make some of those decisions and move forward with that right out of the box.
Now, when you made the move, it sounded like you replaced a few systems, but you also had to connect with quite a few others.
We did. So we have operations in China. We have significant contract manufacturing there. All of our quality, engineering, all of that's in China as well, all of our purchasing. So we had to connect from the U.S. side to the China side and then manage that. And so it was a large infrastructure take on.
No, Mandy, that's where Del Boomi played a role in helping Loud Audio. So maybe talk a little bit about your experience here and how you made this transition.
Sure. For those of you that don't know us, Del Boomi is an integration platform as a service. We quickly and easily unite everything in a digital ecosystem, everything from applications, data, systems, processes, people, as well as devices. With Loud Audio in particular, we're helping them quickly integrate into Oracle Agile PLM. We're also helping them with their 3PL processes, as well as on the EDI side to transact and automate that process to do business faster with their end customers.
Yeah. So that's a great point. We did have 7 months to implement NetSuite.
7?
Yeah. So we actually went through those transactions. And when you divest businesses, you never know the time frame that you're going to be able to do those in. So we started in May looking at our infrastructure and looking at the NetSuite platform and a few others. And we realized that we needed to quickly determine what we were going to actually port over to NetSuite or whichever solution we chose. So we really didn't have that nailed down till sometime in May. So we had a 7-month window and we started going. So
yeah, and how did you end up selecting Suite Success as the approach?
So because of those transitions and because we were going into significant EDI, with the 3PL move, we had a lot of moving parts going, and we were looking for a program that, one, was efficient, two, scalable, and we wanted something that you could walk in out of the box and use it. We had gone into our teams and said, we're not going to change the system to meet our processes. We're going to change our processes to work within NetSuite. And for the most part, we did that. I think we had 2 small modifications through the process, and that really helped us. The other thing we looked at is because we had such a short window, we had significant 3PL and EDI issues. Suite Success seemed to understand that process, understand our timeline, and they threw a lot of really good resources to bear, including Del Boomi and that assistance. So it was a really good fit.
Yeah, and I think it's an important point with Suite Success is, we've been partners for many, many years, right? And Del Boomi's been one of the first ISVs to really jump on the Suite Success bandwagon with us from the early days when it was not even called Suite Success, right? When it was a vision for what we were trying to do. Talk about how Del Boomi's aligned to Suite Success and the journey that you've been on to sort of map to our now escalator.
Sure, absolutely. 1,600 customers have taught us a lot over the years. So first and foremost, really mitigating IT complexity for our mutual customers is really what is our mission. We accelerate business outcomes for you to help you go do what you do best, and that's go operate your business and grow beyond your wildest expectations. From a Suite Success standpoint, what we really realized was we needed to go do stuff even faster. That's what Boomi's all about. We're about speed and agility. And we saw an area of opportunity within Shopify in particular, an area near and dear to my heart, e-commerce. So we integrated very quickly out of the box NetSuite and Shopify as our very first solution accelerator that we launched this week at SuiteWorld to help drive further agility into that process. So now customers are able to, right out of the box, be able to sync bidirectionally data around orders, invoices, and billing, again, to drive more agility into the process and to serve their customers. So it's something I'm really excited about.
That's great.
I'm a Target customer, so I can't wait to get shopping.
That's great. Brian, what sort of next for Loud Audio? Where do you guys go?
Well, obviously, we want to grow organically. We've invested a significant amount of time and energy into the roadmap. You'll see some significantly cool Mackie products come out over the next 2 to 3 years. We're also looking to grow synergistically with companies maybe on an acquisition level that are additive to our business. We don't want to go back and get into the businesses that aren't part of our focus, but we are looking to grow possibly through some acquisitions in that area.
Sounds like you got a lot more on your plate as you go forward.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it would be too easy to stay static. So.
Never, can't stay static.
Yeah, that's great. Well, thank you guys very much, Mandy. Appreciate your time and support. Brian, hey, thank you very much. Congratulations. Everybody, Brian and Mandy, thank you so much. It's a great story. We love to see folks on time, on budget with Suite Success. That's what it's all about. So, we've been talking a little bit more about execution. Now, I'm going to actually flip it and talk about what execution isn't. So, one of the things that we've learned is execution is not buzzword bingo. It's not what I'll call, and I know we're based in Silicon Valley. I might offend some folks in the Valley, but it's not about the nonsense of digital transform this, digital transform that, IoT your blockchain with AI and a big data, blah, 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 with the carbidingulator. Like, it's not about these 3-letter acronyms and buzzwords. It's like WTF, what the folly of all these acronyms. We have to stop this as an industry. This is where tech vendors, I think, we fall short if we don't understand that you have real day-to-day business problems, right? You don't have buzzword problems. You have competitors. You have margins to worry about. You have to hire great people. You have to worry about all sorts of things. Tax laws, complex accounting. These are the real-world problems. It's not the buzzword bingo. It's not digitally transforming, okay? That's nonsense. It's how do you get down to the practical reality of growing your top line, growing your bottom line, improving your cash flow, the basics of business. So with all that, you'd think we're perfect, right? No. We made this mistake too. Do you guys see this up here? We actually thought it was a great idea at some point to put a billboard on the 101 in Silicon Valley and call ourselves the platform for disruption. I think we forgot that there are accountants here. We love you, accountants. Why would we want to disrupt our accountants? That's bananas. Did we want to digitally transform our accountants? Good Lord. Who wants to get their quarter end close disrupted? Evidently, we thought it was a great idea. All right. So we were just as guilty of this, you guys. Like, I mean, it's something. I think the message here, right, is you have to look at yourself and be honest and say, all right, is just the product and the service enough? Is that going to be what it is? We actually think there's a little bit more to the equation. We talked about ACS and LCS, right? Advanced Customer Support Learning. That's a part of the way we can help you grow. But there's another leg, right? Technology solutions alone won't deliver the knowledge you want and the knowledge you need to grow. So, this is what I call the knowledge problem, right? There's a problem in our industry with how knowledge and insights are shared, right? It's not just tech firms like ourselves, it's the research firms, it's how the entire category of research and data is disseminated in our business. Knowledge and insight have become buzzword laden. They've lost their meaning. This is a problem because we all know it takes more than just technology. So let me tell you a little bit about this problem. If you want great research, right, on how to run your business, it's super expensive. It's focused on fees, and if you license it, you can't share it. It's a big problem. Super expensive, you can't do it. The second thing is if you're a vendor and you have all this know-how, it's proprietary. It's locked up, right? You can't get access to it, right? It's something that stays within the PowerPoint decks of your teams, right? It'll stay hidden behind some firewall. All the goodness that you have, everything you've learned over the years, you can't get it out and share it with your customers. The third part is that it's abstract. This is the buzzword problem that I talk about. It's not based on real-world operational data, right? It's not grounded in the science behind how you build and grow a business. There's no blueprint, and there's no practical advice. So we set out to try and solve this problem for you. So imagine for a second, if for the past 20 years, you were building a business in the cloud, and you had a front row seat into the goings-on and the growth of over 16,000 businesses in dozens of industries. You've seen everything from the smallest family business to the largest organizations in the world. Imagine if you watched them spin like a can't-miss idea into a household name. That's some of you guys out here, right? If you saw every stumble, triumph, if you've seen how they became a hiring machine and added tons of jobs, if you've seen how they fought off competitors, the tricks and the trades, everything that it took to be a best-in-class business. Well, if you did that, you would have amazing insight. You would have a treasure trove of data and knowledge to help the next 16,000 customers in the years ahead. Another way to think about this is imagine if you took all the learnings, all the subject matter expertise, all the data that went into building Suite success, the best and brightest minds at NetSuite. What if you took all the knowledge from our product management team, our solution consultants, our value management team, right? Everybody in services. What if you took all that knowledge and figured out a way to break it out of the spreadsheets, break it out of the PowerPoint slides, don't hide it behind the firewalls, and just share it with everyone? Well, that's what we did. We created something that we are calling the Brainyard. So with that, I would like to welcome you to the Brainyard. I am going to bring up two folks who have played a major role in building this and bringing this to life. I'd like to bring up Megan Biner. She's an industry research lead, original member of the Suite Success Gang of 7. She was there from day one. And Fritz Nelson, our editor-in-chief. Megan and Fritz, come on up. All right. Megan, Fritz. I'm a little in awe of being around sort of the original Suite Success team. There's an aura of amazing in terms of what you guys have built. Big brains here. So let's talk a little bit about the Brainyard.
Okay.
What is it? What is this thing?
Well, we built the Brainyard on 3 pillars. The first one is research, the second one is benchmarking, and the third one is performance, which is really about analysis and advice. And in doing that, we wanted to free up the content, kind of make it accessible for everybody. So we're not putting it behind a registration gate, we're not charging for it. Secondly, just like we did with Suite Success, we're tailoring this to different industries. And finally, all the faces and names behind the Brainyard, they are our subject matter experts and our industry principals.
All right, can we see this? Can we take a quick peek?
Absolutely.
All right.
Let's take a look.
You get the clicker.
Awesome. This is the Brainyard homepage. It's live now at netsuite.com/Brainyard. So go check it out. We have over 24 fresh pieces of content available today, and we have much more coming soon. And here's a sneak peek at our video landing page. We're kicking it off with 8 really awesome videos to start. They're in wholesale distribution, software, services, retail, and more.
I think that picture right there is Carrie Augustine talking about ASC 606.
That's right.
Yeah,
really,
lots
really
of
exciting
606.
stuff.
Good stuff there.
And this is an example of one of our articles. You'll see that our content is really steeped in both research and metrics. This one, for example, is showcasing KPIs for the restaurant industry.
Oh, cool. All right.
Yeah, so I talked about research. We have a full calendar of research. Some of it's in the field right now. And you'll be able to consume this in state of industry reports. You can read the articles, or some of it will be in videos. This is actually, we're going to show you a quick snippet, a little sneak preview of this coming to life in video. This will be our industry principal for retail, Matt Rodas.
All right.
All right, let's roll the video.
Check it out.
97% of consumers say they still like shopping in store. The fact is, physical retail isn't dying. It's just changing. Today, consumers expect a reimagined retail experience in a digital world. First, consumers want convenience. They want similar experiences in the physical stores that they get online. Simpler store layouts, in-store kiosks, and mobile checkout. Second, some innovative retailers are trying new concepts with their physical stores to create a blended experience. There's no better evidence of this than companies that started online but are now transforming the experiences of a physical store. This, of course, fosters customer engagement and therefore drives growth.
All right, Matt. So as you guys can see, these are real people. We didn't hire actors, or they're not like, folks living in ivory towers. They're real industry experts. They have the white T-shirts under their shirts to prove it. Looking
you had
great.
the pocket squared up.
Yeah, they're awesome. We're nerding out with all the NetSuite big brains. It's cool.
We're going full amygdala on
Yeah.
you. One of the other pillars I talked about was benchmarking, and we're going to include the insights here that we've gained from 16,000 NetSuite customers, along with third-party performance data from Finlistics. We've built KPI resource pages across 12 different industries. The final pillar is performance analysis and advice. Now, everything we create, from the research content to the videos, it's all steeped in practical advice and guidance. Now, on these KPI pages, you'll actually see some benchmark data. But our analysis is going to go even deeper. Megan's going to walk us through a quick example using DSO, Days Sales Outstanding.
So Days Sales Outstanding is a familiar metric for most businesses. And as you know, it's really critical because the lower it is, the quicker you're able to put money back into your business. For metrics like DSO, we researched to find how the top 25% of companies perform in that area, and we call that transformative. Then we take a look at how the average company performs, and we call that competitive. Based on our data, a DSO of 25 days is transformative, while average is closer to 42 days. And maybe you fall somewhere in between those two numbers. But we don't just want to tell you where you fall. We want to really dig into the metrics that can influence DSO. For example, invoicing cycle time. If you're able to get your invoices out quickly and correctly, then they're in the hands of your customers faster, and they're able to pay you faster, ultimately improving your DSO value. Tied to that is a metric around the efficiency of your receivables department. This means you're able to complete your invoicing process with the fewest number of employee resources. Now, those two metrics really tie to the efficiency of your processes, but there's also measurements of effectiveness that can drive DSO. For that, we might look at something like percent of receivables overdue. If you have a limited number of overdue invoices, this can show that your invoices are clear and correct, and therefore your process is very effective. Realistically, you'll never get this number to be 0, but closer to 5.5% will again drive a better DSO. Now, these are just some examples of the quantitative metrics that can drive DSO, but there's several other qualitative metrics that can influence DSO as well, but I'll save that for the Brainyard.
Right on, yeah, that's great. And I think what we really want to show here, you guys, is we're not just obviously giving you best-in-class financials. We're not telling you what the metrics are, but this is another way for us to show you how to improve, show you how to grow your margins, in this case, improve and accelerate cash flow. So we all know that's the lifeblood of every business, so good stuff. We are really excited about what we're rolling out. We thought we'd give you a little bit more than just a sneak peek on stage. There's more content coming up every day. Now remember, all of you get access to this as part of your subscription. It doesn't cost you anything. So the way you can take advantage of this, right, first, you get semi-annual business reviews with your account manager. Definitely take advantage of it. Talk to them about these metrics. The second thing, if you want to learn how your business measures up, go to the business class lounge on the Explo 4, and if you go there, you're going to get one of these cool beanies. Now, I actually happen to have a few on stage here, and in, great NetSuite fashion, I wasn't going to be outdone by Gary in his keynote with shooting stuff into the crowd. Oh, you guys got to put your beanies on first. Come on. It's the Brainyard beanie. So last night when we rehearsed this, I was actually, this might be a little frightening for some people. They're safe, they're fine. So if you guys notice there's one less monitor in here, last night during rehearsals, I fired the gun and I took a big monitor down. And so my pay's been docked for the next 23 years, but we're still rolling with it. So I don't get to shoot, but you guys can shoot some stuff into the crowd, right? I can throw it to you. Fire away, can we do this? Who wants a beanie? Come on, who wants a beanie? Get your hands up. Come on, you guys, I've been dying to do this all day long. Come on, give me some fun. Who wants a beanie? All right, over here, who wants one? All right, more beanies, you can go get them. Fritz and Megan, thank you guys very much. You're great sports, appreciate it. Good job, guys. Go check out the Brainyard. Lots of great stuff helping you grow your business. All right, so as you can see, we're goofballs. No, I'm sorry, that was not in the script. We're passionate about helping you succeed. In all seriousness, we really want to go above and beyond just delivering products and services, right? It's the mission of our 8,000 plus people. We want to invest not just in our software, but also in your success. We want to unlock even more value for you, right? We built GrowWire for your mission. We launched new planning and budgeting to help drive your strategy into execution. And we're bringing you the Brainyard as another way to unlock and share all the knowledge, break it outside of the PowerPoints and spreadsheets at NetSuite, give it to you in content you can consume free of charge. So when you blend your mission, your strategy, and execution together, you can achieve extraordinary things. In other words, you grow beyond. So, without further ado, we have a special guest. Let's bring up somebody who embodies this more than anything. Hall of Famer, entrepreneur, amazing individual, Mr. Shaquille O'Neal. What's up, big man? I love you too, brother. Now, a lot of people don't know that you and I know each other.
We go way back.
We go way back. Yeah, you guys didn't know this, so I'll share a picture. I mean, he's okay with it. So, we might have played a game or two, You
didn't tell him about last night at the club?
Yeah, whoa.
When you was dancing on tables?
Yeah, that was the Avalera party.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, that was the Avalera party. So why don't we grab a seat here?
Sure. Which one?
Whatever you want to do. This is my good side.
That's my good side, too.
Oh, that's your good side. All right, let's do this. Welcome to SuiteWorld.
Hello, NetSuite people. How are you? Nice to see you.
How you doing?
I'm good. I can't complain. Thanks for having me.
We're glad to have you, but I got to ask you something. We were talking about this earlier. Evan and I had this conversation. We're like, wait a minute. Last night, were you in Atlanta?
I have a twin brother that nobody knows about.
I got to say.
I was in Atlanta last night. We got off at 2, and then I flew in for this event.
Oh, man. Come on.
Can't say no to NetSuite.
Man, he flew all the way in on the show last night, made it in. We appreciate that. That is not a easy thing. Thank you. And then you got a busy night tonight, too, with us.
Yep, I'm opening up for you guys at the club.
Yeah, we got a lot going on. Club Chaos.
Club Chaos.
DJ
What do you want to hear?
I don't know. What do you guys want to hear?
Cardi B, got that.
Cardi B?
Yeah. Would you like to hear some white guy classics? I got all the white guy classics.
White and nerdy?
Shock to the heart. You're too late, darling. You give love a bad name.
I don't like Bon Jovi. Come on, man.
Yes, I got them all.
Come on, man. You got to give me a little more credit than that.
Yeah, we're going to have some fun tonight.
We got a lot of Drake fans down here, I hear. They want to hear some Drake.
A lot of drunk fans? Oh, Drake. I'm sorry.
Drake.
Okay. Drake. Okay.
Is there a difference?
I got that. No, I don't.
Same time?
I don't drink in public.
Now, in all seriousness, you have this strategy that you call you're being in the fun business. What does that mean? What's the fun business all about?
Each and every one of us, we have stressful lives. Work, kids, business, politics. So I said to myself, I want to be the one guy that makes people laugh. It's a proven fact that when you laugh, it releases endorphins in your face and your body, and it helps you relieve stress. So hopefully I'm that guy that when you laugh, hopefully I make you laugh so hard you forget about your stress at that moment or forget about your stress forever. I think it's 2019, and we have a lot of issues, and I think the world is too serious. So I want to be the guy that make people laugh. And I came up with this strategy. When I was in LSU, I failed the marketing class. The professor said, okay, class, come with an item that you could be, that you can see that's going to be sold in the future. So you know me, I came with Shaq shoes, Shaq underwear, Shaq t-shirts. And the guy said, Shaq, great idea, but in the climate of the NBA back at that time, big guys were not selling. So he said it would never work. Yeah. So I went back to my room and I was just sitting there, and this dumb dog kept coming on TV, Spuds McKenzie. You remember him?
I do.
Yeah, so he was everywhere. He had shirts, mugs, and I was looking at him like, this guy don't even talk. What makes him so likable? And all his commercials were funny. So I said to myself, if I ever get in a position where I could do commercials and I could be a brand ambassador for somebody, I definitely have to make them laugh.
No, I like that. And you know, we though, as you can see, take ourselves very seriously here at NetSuite. It's a core value. Yeah.
I see that.
Yeah, we can tell.
Need to relax.
We need to loosen up some.
Sure do.
Lot
too tight.
We're too tight here. So, it was interesting because you actually are a brand ambassador for one of our favorite customers. You were hooked up with the folks at Ring in Santa Monica. Yep. Video doorbell for your smartphone. Talk a little bit about that. They started with us and grew for many years.
I found Ring by accident. So when I retired, this was my first time not being a spoiled guy. You know, spoiled guys that like to live in the community and all that crap. So this is the first time I said, you know what, I'm gonna live amongst the people. So I got a house, nice little house. So I said, you know, I think I need some cameras, right? So I called the security guy, hey, this is Shaq from cameras. The first guy comes by, 60,000. Like he don't even look around the house, he's just 60,000.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not paying 60,000. I'm retired. Call another guy, 45,000. So I was like, you know what? I'm done with this. So I'm at Best Buy and I see this doorbell camera thing.
Yeah.
And I try it out. And crazy thing is, I installed it. I don't install anything. That's how easy it was. So I got it and it worked. Then I got the floodlight cams and it worked. And then I came here to Vegas for CES and I met with Jamie. I was like, let me help you get the word up about this device, because I don't think a lot of people knew about it at the time, but I got 30 Ring cameras at my house for the price of $3,000. So I saved about $57,000.
That's right. The way you make money is save money.
That's right, yep, save money.
No, that's great. And you know what's funny is the Ring commercials that you do with Jamie are hilarious. You guys got all sorts of stuff. You make it easy.
Got to be funny, or I will not be part of it.
Yeah. Now, you just also announced was like a week and a half ago, a partnership with Papa John's.
Yes.
You joined the board of directors. Talked about, how did you get involved with Papa John's?
Well, I've always been in the franchise business. I own 5 restaurants here at the Paris Hotel.
Oh.
You guys get hungry? Beer Park upstairs, one downstairs. I own Big Chicken across from Hard Rock. So I'm in the restaurant business, restaurant in LA, and I always wanted to do more franchising. Started off with 100 Five Guys. Recently sold that. Wanted to get back into the franchise. Also own a Krispy Kreme. So they sponsor an event that I had, Shaq's Funhouse, down in Atlanta, and I knew that they were going through some changes, and I just, talked to them about franchising, and they said, well, we want you on board. I said, only way I'd be on board is if you get some new diversity in leadership, because, they had a lot of issues going on, issues that are, fixable, and the people that were affected the most were the franchisees.
Yeah.
They didn't do anything wrong, so there's new leadership. There's new blood, there's new people at the table, and I look forward to helping them come back. And I purchased 10 stores, but my goal is to own like 400.
Wow. That business has been through a lot of changes.
Yes.
Yeah, where do you think you can have the biggest kind of impact, both sort of in the near term and longer term with where they're going?
Well, we just have to, relate to the people that there's new management. We just also have to relate to the people that we accept you, no matter who you are. It's 2019. You would think race relations would be gone by now, but they're up and down. But we just want people to know that, hey, Papa John's, pizza, everybody's welcome. We accept everybody, and we're also going to be doing a lot in the community.
That's great. No, that's important.
So if you come to Atlanta, you get free pizza.
I can? All right. Yes. How's the pizza?
Excellent.
It's excellent?
My favorite one is the Shakaroni.
The Shakaroni?
Yeah. Sausage, a little pepperoni, some extra cheese.
Yeah.
I like it that when you take the slice off, you got to just pull it up and the cheese is still hanging.
Good stuff?
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to go check it out.
What are you doing later?
I'm going to Papa John's.
Well, I got another restaurant too, Big Chicken.
I like chicken too.
And anybody that wants to drink beer, a restaurant called Beer Park at the Paris.
I haven't had breakfast today, so.
Me either. I haven't had breakfast either.
Yeah, we'll go after the show.
Got it.
All right. So
get off your phone, lady. Lady, get off your phone now. I'm just playing. She's like, I don't want to hear Shaq.
That's funny. So, Ring, Papa John's, these are great examples of you getting involved, not just passively, but actively helping these companies grow. Was there a sort of a blueprint, or who did you sort of model sort of your post-playing career after?
Nobody. It's all about relationships.
Yeah.
It's all about doing the right thing. When I get involved with people, it's companies that I truly believe in. I always tell a story, and it's a true story. After my first championship, Wheaties contacted the office. Want to put you on a box. Growing up, we could never afford Wheaties, nor do I know what they taste like, so I turned them down.
Yeah.
And then I told my guys, hey, if you call Frosted Flakes, I'll be on that box. Yeah, so Frosted Flakes didn't do it. But, Frosted Flakes, Fruity Pebbles. That was it.
I love the Fruity Pebbles.
Second championship, Wheaties called again. I was like, sir, no disrespect, but I can't do it. Third championship. So fourth championship, they went behind my back and did a deal with the NBA, and I was on the cover. But finally, like 3 years after I retired, I get a call from my guy. He said, hey, I got some good news and some bad news. I said, well, tell me the bad news. He said, Frosted Flakes does not want you on the cover. I said, okay, cool. But he said, Fruity Pebbles want to put you on 13 million boxes. And I said, shit, let's do it.
You arrived.
Oh, yeah.
You arrived.
Arrived.
That's a ring.
And they was like, they want to pay you. I was like, tell them they don't have to pay me nothing.
Did you have some mentors, outside of basketball growing up that influenced you and sort of instilled this sort of view of the world in you?
My father was a military drill sergeant. And my mentors are the ones that made mistakes before me.
Yeah.
Because every time somebody made a mistake, I would get disciplined for it. I don't know if a lot of you guys know who Len Bias is, but when he passed away,
I
really got in trouble for that. That's why I don't do drugs or smoke or weed, even though it's legal. You smoke weed? All right, no comment. No comment.
Is it legal?
We're in Vegas. You're good. You're good. What about the edibles?
What was the next question?
What about the edibles? NetSuite cannabis cookies. Help you do a better job at work. But no, I just used to watch a lot of people, and I just said, okay, if I ever get to a position, I would have to do it this way, have to do it that way. And I'm not afraid to ask questions. I don't think I know everything. Dwight Eisenhower said the greatest leaders are the ones that hire people smarter than you. So I have a lot of people working for me that are very, very smart, and they point me in the right direction.
Yeah. Now, on the basketball court, you were an inspiration to a lot of folks. Everybody loved to watch you play. You had ups, you had downs. How do you
Downs? I never had no downs.
when you threw the ball down?
What are you talking about?
When you dunked on somebody?
I never missed a free throw in my life. I said, get off the phone, lady. What are you doing? Jeez. You should have did your work assignment last night instead of going to the club.
We have accountants here. They're like closing the books.
Oh, yeah, accountants. I'm sorry.
Yeah, they're closing the books at the end of the quarter. That's what they're doing.
Got to make sure that money.
They were busy last night.
I see that.
You know what I mean?
Damn. It's a nice watch. How much money do you make? Can I get a job at NetSuite? Damn.
We might have some room for you, man. We're hiring.
I actually would like to do an internship. I would.
We could do this. What do you think you'd be good at?
Whatever you tell me to do.
You code?
Code. I quit. I can't code.
Yeah, that's okay. Neither can I. They let me hang around. No, but I got to ask you, what do you learn from sort of the lessons in playing at such a high level when you get into the business world? Because I think that's something we all can relate to, competing, and how do you deal with the ups?
Well, the most important lesson that I learned from playing is that you have to utilize your teammates for ultimate success. Like I realized Shaq, the character Shaq, I'm not here by myself.
Yeah.
Jerome, there's Mike, there's Perry, there's Danny. I have a lot of guys on my team. Another important factor is I don't micromanage my guys. I let them do what they're supposed to. I let them do what they need to. And then if I have to bring them together, I utilize a lot of humor in bringing them together. So, all the people out there that have teammates, make sure you utilize your teammates because nobody can win a championship by themselves.
I hear in business that you got to make sure that you pass.
Got to pass.
Got to pass to your teammates, right?
Yep.
No ball hogging.
No ball.
Got to feed the big man.
Got to feed the big man.
Got to feed the big man. That's a big one, right?
Yep.
I like that.
Who's your team?
They're all right out here.
Oh man, your NBA team.
Oh, my NBA team. Well,
Say it.
So my NBA team is the team in Los Angeles.
The Lakers?
That's in the playoffs, baby.
Oh, you're not a Clipper
Nation.
Fan. I've never met a Clipper fan in my life. Stop it.
Doc Rivers, baby.
Excuse me, lady on the computer. Can you look up how many Clipper fans there are in real life? Not a Clipper fan. Cut it out. Really, you're a Clipper fan?
Look, when I moved to LA, I couldn't afford Laker tickets.
I know.
They were expensive.
Sorry about that.
I had to go to Clipper games.
Yeah.
Darius Miles and Quentin Richardson and Lamar. Those were my guys.
I remember those bums.
Right this? Remember this? Remember this?
Yeah,
you do a little like that? Those are my team, man.
You might be a Clippers fan. If you remember that. I apologize.
Come on, there's like 3 of us.
Any Golden State fans in here? Any Laker fans? Any Celtic fans? Any Rocket fans? You're not a Cavs fan, stop it. Maybe 2 years ago when LeBron was there, but not now. All right, any Cavs fan, gotta be fair. Oh, not bad.
Yeah, we good.
Sacramento fans? 1? You kidding me?
There's more cows than actually Sacramento fans. You realize that, right?
I see the Laker jersey. Come on up and I'll sign it for you.
Come on up. Let's get a light on him. Here we go.
You got a pen?
Oh, he brought it. All right.
Are you a coder? Are you a coder?
What's your name? Tell who.
I'm from Mexico.
Oh, Mexico. Me llamo El Padrino Negro.
Thank you, Shaq.
And are you coming to the party tonight? Are you coming to the party?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, good.
Thank you.
All right, everybody, give him a hand. Brave man.
I even got some Spanish classics tonight.
I know, I see. That's
Got them all, baby. Selena, Jennifer Lopez.
It's a big, wide set list.
Got it.
Going to cover a lot of ground.
Yep.
So you've actually not just a business guy, you're kind of into the tech scene like us here, right? So talk about I think you got an app.
I got a couple apps.
Tell us about your apps. I like this. I heard about this.
Well, no, what you're referring to is I spend $1,000 a week in apps. That's what you're referring to.
No.
Which is true.
Caddy?
Oh, Caddyshack, yeah.
Caddyshack, man, come on.
Yeah, the app is called My Vegas. If you want to play games, a lot of games, but in that is a game called Caddyshack. But I consider myself a geek, and I'm proud to say that. In 1988, a geek saved my life. I was taking a computer class and I was failing. This was back when they had the big ugly computer and you had to hit Control Alt Delete at the same time and had I just looked at it and I figured that I couldn't do it. But it was a guy, his name was McDougal. He broke it down for me and showed me how to use it. And ever since, being intrigued by that, I always considered myself a geek. So I always wanted to be at the forefront of new technology. So I'm always at all these tech summits, and I'm always, trying to find the latest new technology.
Yeah, and you've been an investor too.
Yes.
How'd you get into angel investing? How did that become part of your focus?
The first one was Google, and it was by accident.
How'd they turn out? Okay.
Yeah, they turned out really good.
Turned out Google,
So,
okay.
This one, true story. Two gentlemen, we were at the Beverly Hills Hotel.
Yeah.
Two gentlemen were discussing it, and one had a son. And I was just playing with the son, having a good time with the son, boom, boom, boom. And the guy said, man, I like you. I've always liked you. I want to talk to you about this thing called Google. And I did it, and I put them in touch with my guys. They liked it. And then one day an article came out about how much we made. And I was like, wow. And then I lost it all in a divorce, and I was like, wow, again. But no, it was but it was great. So a lot of times just by meeting people, just by having conversation with people, and again, I got a lot of people working for me that are really into this stuff.
Yeah. What do you think about esports? That's kind of this big thing, I guess, where you're seeing a whole change.
I'm also an investor in esports. I didn't understand it, but it hit me one day. One of my young sons was like, Dad, can you take me to esports at the Staples Center? And I was like, sure. And when we walked in the arena, it felt like a Game 7. Seriously, you had two guys on the stage playing, competing. They had screens everywhere, and the crowd was going crazy. I was like, what is this?
Yeah.
So then I went to another one, and it just kept growing. So, a friend of mine out of Sacramento, put together a team, and I'm also an investor in that. And it's also doing very well.
Yeah. Where do you think esports goes in the long run? Do you think it's a fad or a real thing?
I would definitely have to say it's a real thing. Good thing about esports is there's a lot of different games you can play. And, these guys, they create names for themselves and they get fan bases. And social media is a big help. You got all these guys and they're known around the world. Like, I can remember being backstage in the esports thing and people didn't even recognize me, but they see a kid, oh my God, and they taking pictures with the kids. And I would have to ask my son, who's that? Dad, you don't know who that is? And then something about they retire after 4 years. I wish I had that life.
Yeah.
Retire after 4 years. You finally put your phone down. Can I have a hug? Thank you. Come give me a hug. Come give me a hug.
Come on, Kylie.
I want.
Let's get a picture. Come on.
Yes, I like Kylie. She's up there working. She's multitasking.
Everybody, Kylie Singh from NetSuite, come on up.
Prom picture. That's how I was at my high school prom.
All right, Kylie, thank you.
Now you can get back on the phone. We're good. Did you go to prom?
Did I what?
Did you go to prom?
Did I go to prom?
Oh, you're married. Don't answer that. Don't answer that.
That's how I got married. No.
Okay?
I went to prom once. Yes. How about you?
Yeah, I went to prom twice.
Twice?
Two different schools. I'm just playing.
Hey, so you competed on the court, obviously. Now that you're in the business world, do you still compete? Still rivals with guys? Rivals with maybe Kobe? You guys friends? Or you?
No, I don't. You know, I heard Jeff Bezos say one time, if you invest in things that's going to change people's lives, it's a win-win.
Yeah.
So when I heard him say that, and I met the guy from Ring, I was like, let me try this out. And it definitely worked. So that's my strategy when I invest now. As a youngster, you always try to do the get-rich-quick schemes. I've done that, and I've lost on every one of those investments. Yeah. So I just try to sit back, make people laugh, have fun, and if I do see an investment, hopefully it, makes this world a better place. For example, when I first came into the league, I had a $40 million Reebok contract. So I'm walking out the arena one day, and this lady's dragging her son, and she's chewing me a new one. You know what I'm saying? Why don't you guys make an affordable shoe? Boom, 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 boom. And I was like, ma'am, I don't make the price. I'm sorry. So I had like $1,000. I was like, here, buy your son Jordans, whatever you want. And she smacked it out of my hands. Somebody needs to make a chance. So about a week later, I dropped my Reebok contract. I started my own affordable brand shoe.
Yeah.
And that was in 1995. And since 1995, I've sold 225 million pair.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's great.
So my price range is from $29 to $9.
A lot cheaper.
Yeah, a lot cheaper.
No, that's interesting. And when we audience here, a lot of folks are entrepreneurs. They own their own business or they work for a company and they're entrepreneurial. When you moved to the business world, what surprised you? What was the hardest part about sort of the entrepreneurial journey?
What surprised me is that I didn't know anything. I read the book, The Dummy's Guide to Starting Your Own Business a couple times.
Yeah.
But I didn't know anything. So, going back to the basketball part of my life, okay, I need to get teammates. Started, surrounding myself with guys that are smarter, and, we would, learn together. And I was never afraid to ask questions. Like if I needed to know something, I would definitely ask a question. And I would meet people and ask them how this go, how that go. And, I've been very, very successful in doing it that way. If I would have tried to do everything by myself, I probably would have failed miserably. Yeah. But, being that I was a basketball player and I led championship teams, I had to take that, way I was running the operation and bring it over to the business side.
No, that's great. Now, we got a few minutes of your time here left, and I have to ask you about the music business.
Yes.
Right? We've got you tonight, DJ Diesel, the Transform. How'd you get into the music business, and how's this become part of your post-NBA career?
I've been involved in the music business since I was 13 years old. I used to DJ in college, get $20, $40, all that stuff. Got away from it, started doing rap videos and movies and all that. So a couple years ago, I went to a festival, and the crowd was similar to this, but multiplied times 10. It's like 500,000 kids out there. And it gave me the feeling of a Game 7.
Yeah.
I was missing that. I retired 7, 8 years ago and never could quite create that feeling. I would watch games in a room by myself and turn it up and try to get that feeling back. I could never get it. But when I came over the ridge, you see 500,000 kids and nations that were at war had their flags jumping up and down. And I came to the realization that it's two things, no matter what you have going on in your life, that people will always shut everything down for. Stress, problems, that's sports and music.
Yep.
Right? So like if you got a big game going on, you're going to be off your computer. You're going to pay attention to the game, and if your favorite song comes on in the car, you're going to listen to it. So I got back into the world, and it's been pretty fun.
That's amazing. That's great. Well, we're excited to have you tonight.
Yep.
It's going to be a fun show. Got a lot going on. Everybody's invited, so.
I left the reins down in that. Got them all. Come in.
We're going to bring it all?
Okay,
We're going to bring it all?
Saying, yeah.
It's going to be a great show. Well, everybody, let's give a big round of applause. Shaquille O'Neal, we'll see you tonight at the Glow Fest. Club Chaos. Oh, I got to get you a beanie. Thanks, man. Let's get you a beanie. Oh. Let's get one of these on. Let's get this Brainyard on here. How do we look? Huh? How do we look? All right. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Thanks, buddy. Everybody, Shaquille O'Neal. Awesome. So cool. We appreciate Shaq coming out tonight. Guy flew all the way in. It's amazing, and we're going to see him this evening. So, Glowfest, there you go. You can see him 8:30 to 11:30 at the Palms Casino. I think we said this before, but we are opening up the brand new renovation of the Palms. Chaos, I think is what they call it. So we're going to try and be a little more chaotic than the Avalera party. We'll give it our best shot. DJ Diesel, 8:30 to 11:30. We will see you there. But don't forget, you have to bring your conference badge and your photo ID or they will not let you in. They told me to tell you guys that. We want you all at the party. Okay. Last, keep making those personal pledges at American Cancer Society. We got to achieve our goal of 2,000 to make the donation. Visit the business class lounge on the floor to get your beanie. And don't miss the Women's Leadership General Session, 1:15 to 2:45 in the Venetian Ballroom. We have an entire track dedicated to women leadership in business. It's a great show. Big commitment from the folks at NetSuite, and we're doing a lot in that area. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. That's the end of today. Have a great rest of SuiteWorld. Thank you.